influencers are a fantastic area of the law to be studying right now. There's a lot of dynamic stuff going on. There's a lot of economic interest. We've seen over the last few years the move from sort of celebrities being influencers to just regular people becoming influencers. And a lot of people are getting good deals out of it. They're getting free product, they're getting money, they're getting trips. What I think my advice to any sort of up-and-coming influencer would be, it's a form of advertising, and so it's a regulated activity, and you need to be within the law. What I would do is start, there's a wealth of information online, but go to the source, go to the advertising agency or the advertising authority in your jurisdiction and look. A lot of them will publish things like infographics or tutorials on YouTube just to make sure you're compliant with the law. When in doubt, put a hashtag. Say you're a sponsored ad. Make sure you've covered all the bases. And this can be part of the creative content as well. You don't have to be boring about it. You can integrate the fact that you're being paid in goods or cash or a trip into the story itself. So you can actually make that. And that's what creates new content, new variety of information for the consumers. You pick up new users. So it's actually using the law in a way that will attract more business to your blogs and to your posts without falling foul of the law. And I think that's one of the real challenges, but an opportunity for influencers to be compliant in a fun way. Well, I think what you have to do is realize where you are in the spectrum. So if you are just starting out, this is a hobby for you, you're creating content, you're vying for the attention of big companies. That's a different legal issue than once you've established a contract with a company or they've been sending you goods and materials. And so the rules, just like in life, change at different points of the game, and you have to be compliant along the way. I would never ever sign a contract without a lawyer, and I know I'm a lawyer, so I'm probably going to say that. But there is an inherent danger in not understanding terms. There's a certain language that is used within a contract, and you don't want to be bound to do something that you weren't prepared to do, that you were maybe morally or ethically against. So yes, our products, for example, we test on animals. You sign a contract promoting this type of makeup or cosmetics, and that's against your moral compass, but then you have a contractual obligation to promote something that you don't believe in. Only a lawyer will be able to point those out to you and the potential risks of doing that. So you need to be really careful about signing anything and also know where you are on the spectrum. And just because you sign one contract that goes well with one company doesn't mean there wouldn't be another loophole or a clause in there that goes against you in another one. So every contract has to be looked at on an individual basis. So get somebody that's willing to support you and become educated, and of course the regulator is always going to be the first place to start and look for information. So yeah, this is part of the problem that we have with influencers right now, is the boundaries between what is a contract and what isn't a contract. In the UK, where I'm from, one of the things that the industry has done is said very clearly that if you are promoting a product as a good or service, you don't have to have a contract. You can have a contract through barter, for example, rather than a document. You can form a contract via WhatsApp. You can form a contract via text message or via email. You don't have to have a very long 30-pound document in order for there to be a contract. And so this poses real risks for people. So in some ways, recruiters will go out and look for people that are putting content online, looking on YouTube. Sometimes people use hashtags, and there's an automated process. It's very easy for a computer bot to identify who those people are online, who are using hashtags and creating content that are building their follower base up that would add value to the company. And other times it's just word of mouth. So an influencer is going to be an influencer whether they like it or not, if they're using certain tools that are familiar to the language of companies. And so the brand responsibility in this is as paramount important as much as the influencer responsibility, and that you have to take steps in order to protect yourselves on both sides of the influencer equation.